congratulations. How exciting is this for you tonight, Daryl?
Well, it's thrilling. It's absolutely thrilling. I mean, this is so dear to my heart, as you know, and the mission of getting this to Broadway was magical, and it happened through everybody's hard work and effort and true passion for this piece. I think it's just this is the icing on the cake. I mean, the best thing about it is seeing the audiences every night emotionally moved to tears and feeling, something amazing. And it's theater doing what theater does best. So tonight is just kind of the thrill of it all, but it's every night when these actors get on stage and do what they do so brilliantly and say the words, and it's been amazing.
Well, take me back. I mean, working with Larry Kramer on this project, what that's meant to you, and getting to know the man.
Well, I've known Larry for some years, actually. I've been a huge fan of his work, his writing, and his activism. And I have to say that working on this particular, project with him has been joyous, but my heart's been with him for many years. He's an icon and someone that I've respected greatly, and someone whose passion and whose commitment to something he cares so much about is a lesson for us all.
Well, talk about him, because he's at the theater every night, Larry Kramer, isn't he?
He's at the theater almost every night, and he hands out his letter to people as they leave the theater. He's just part of this project. He is just the heart and soul of this project, and people love to meet him. People come out of the show, and you've been there, and people are very moved and very emotional, and they go to Larry and they hug him and they thank him and they ask if they could have a photo with him, and it's just something beautiful. It's really.
Talk about the play itself, how important Larry's words are in this play and what it's saying to the audience today.
Well, it's very timely today, obviously, and sadly still important for us to know about the AIDS epidemic. It is certainly not something that has a cure at this moment, and it is certainly something that everyone needs to be very cautious about, aware of, and pay attention to. I think the other issues in the play have been there for 25 years. It's freedom to marry. It's freedom to love who you want to love. It's living your life in the way that you should be free to live your life. And 25 years ago, when Larry wrote this play, those were issues. Today, these are issues. And so to do this play now for people to see, especially a younger generation, I mean, my hope was that I could honor the people that were there then and honor the people that have passed, but also, as importantly, to enlighten a whole new generation about what this play means and why we can all do something. I mean, it was truly activism at its finest, and for people to come to theater and actually feel that maybe they can make a difference, which I know is happening. I know it. I've gotten emails from people who have said, I saw the play. I was so moved. I called GMHC to volunteer. People have sent donations on behalf of the cast. I mean, people are moved to do something and realize that they can make a difference. I think that's what this play sends as a message.
You have one of the finest casts on Broadway. It's the finest ensemble. Talk about your players.
Well, we're blessed, obviously. Joe Mantello and John Benjamin Hickey actually did the reading originally that we originally did in October, and they stayed with it. Ellen Barkin is making her Broadway debut. She is fearless and courageous. And everyone in it, everyone, Jim Parsons, coming from the world of television, though theater was his first love, and making the commitment to come, and it's just something that works like a clock. It works perfectly. They trust each other, and they depend on each other. And I think that's the magic that you see on stage.
Talk about your two directors.
Well, Joel Grey actually did the reading that started this journey, and then he was cast in Anything Goes, and that's thrilling and exciting, but we found that we needed a director to be in the room with our actors, and George C. Wolfe stepped up and I think has done a brilliant job.
As you sit here holding this, tell me what this Tony means to you, Daryl.
Well, I have to say this Tony is very special to me, and I feel on some level very validated in a way, because many people said, that's really a crazy mission you've set for yourself. And this is not a commercial play, and it's had its life off Broadway, and I don't know, I just felt kind of like a dog with a bone, and I had to do this. And so winning this Tony somehow feels it feels personally very dear.
Totally deserve this. This is such a beautiful work of art you put on stage. I know it was from your heart that you did this all. Was there anybody you forgot to thank? Because the Tonys have a thank you camera here. I know it's brief up there sometimes. Was there anybody else you'd like to thank?
Just everyone and anyone who has helped me in my career, certainly my husband and my family. They've been very supportive. My adoring son, who I'm so proud of in his own right in his career in theater. And just to thank my family. They've always believed in me and let me do what I felt I could do. And whether the choices I've made have been commercial or not commercial, they've always been important to me. And I've felt as though I've sort of lived up to that.